Muted. Unmuted.
Hello, my name is Isabella Perez, Recreation Leader for the City of Socorro. Thank you for joining today's meeting. Before the meeting begins, we would like to remind our guests to remove all hats and silence all electronic devices. No disruptive behavior or outbursts will be tolerated, and violators are subject to ejection and possible prosecution.
Hola, mi nombre es Judy Rodríguez, secretaria de Planificación de la Ciudad de Socorro. Gracias por participar en la reunión de hoy. Antes de que comience la reunión, nos gustaría recordarles a nuestros invitados favor de quitarse los sombreros y silenciar todos los dispositivos electrónicos. No se tolerará ningún comportamiento perturbador ni exabrupto y los infractores estarán sujetos a expulsión y posible procesamiento.
Good evening, muy buenas tardes. I want to welcome you all to the regular council meeting of the City of Socorro, Texas for the month of September 4th of 2025. It's now 6:05 p.m. I call this meeting to order. At this time, if I can please have everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence led by the Socorro Middle School.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
As always, on behalf of the Socorro City Council and the City of Socorro, we're very proud to recognize these young ladies that recited the Pledge of Allegiance for us here today. And we have our City Council representatives that will be honoring these young ladies.
Thank you, Genova Duarte.
And I have Arisbel Flores.
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, she wants to show off her boots now. All right. Okay. They're nice boots. Okay, at this time, we'll establish quorum.
Ruben Reyes,
Here.
Cesar Nevares, Alejandro Garcia is absent, Mayor Rudy Cruz,
Here.
Gina Cordero is absent, and Irene Rojas.
Here.
Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Ms. Navarro. We're going to be moving on to agenda item number 4. This is public comment. Do we have any speakers for public
Yes,
comment?
we have two speakers, Mayor. Our first speaker is Margie Perez.
Okay, Ms. Perez.
Ms. Perez, you have 3 minutes.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Margie Perez, 10949 Mesa Drain. Just a quick observation. Since your staff is going through the ordinances, the old ordinances, and reviewing everything, there's a lot of things that I'm very discouraged because the city is very dirty. There's a lot of privately houses that have burned, and they're just trash. There's trash inside the properties. I know that according to ordinances, you can't go in. You have to go and serve them and this and that. But it's really embarrassing. So many houses, even on the historical district, I mean, it's just horrible. Of course, it is, the city is growing a lot, but I think just, a quick observation, if you're gonna do it, try and see if you can work a little bit more. I know you don't have a lot of the staff, but if there's a means that you can go in and make it a little bit quicker to put, to go ahead and cite these people so they can clean their properties. Also, on as far as the ordinance or the thing that Mayor Cruz is trying to do as far as reporting, I've reported in the past, things like, extra signs, or there's signs, street signs. Nothing's done. I'm sorry to say, but nothing's done. The signs are still not coming up. There's a lot of graffiti in the signs. So just, an observation. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Pettis.
Norma Vizcarra. Ms. Vizcarra, you have 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I agree with her all the way. And there's another one that anything to do about the dog pound. I have 14 dogs right now at my house that they just running around in the street on Socorro Road, and I see the dog pound going by, and they don't see anything. And I have 14 of them. I'm spending $300 a week for food. I mean, I know nobody's telling me take them, but that's cruel. That's very cruel. I mean, they should put cameras. They go dump them in front of the park, like I said the other day. I mean, right there. I mean, a camera, something, find them, get them, and I mean, I don't know. That's my point right there. Thank you. Thank you.
Mayor, those were all our speakers.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Navarro, and thank you for the comments. Moving on to consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve consent agenda.
There's been a motion and a second to approve consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. We'll be moving on to regular agenda. This is agenda item number 11.
There's a motion to delete items. Oh, no.
Well,
Never mind.
let's delete those after 11 is presented, and then we'll keep moving on. Let's get 11 out of the way first.
Yes, sir.
So 11 is a public hearing regarding the 5-year capital improvement program and approve resolution 832 pursuant to sections 5.08 and 5.09 of the Socorro City Charter. It's now 6:13 p.m. and public hearing is now open.
No speakers, Mayor.
As there are no speakers, we're going to go ahead and close the public hearing at 6:13 p.m. as well. Yes, sir, Mr. Martinez.
Good evening, Council. Jim Martinez, City Attorney. Thank you. If you may have noticed, the wording is a bit awkward for item number 11. It says it's a public hearing, which I think was the intent, but then it also includes the verb approve a resolution, but it doesn't say discussion and action, which is usually the language we use when we're approving a resolution. In light of that, my recommendation is treat this as the public hearing only. I think you've already conducted the public hearing. My recommendation is just dispose of it that way. Council, your staff can place a separate item on the agenda for a meeting next week, the special meeting that's already scheduled, that will be properly posted as a discussion and action item regarding the resolution itself. And there is a deadline to adopt the capital program, but it's the 15th of the month. So as long as you have the special meeting next week on the 11th, you're fine with the deadline.
So, all right, this is agenda item number 12. Your recommendation is Postponing it or deleting it?
No, sir, 11, item 11.
Sorry.
There you go.
Okay, 11.
Yeah, I would, my recommendation is just treat it as a public hearing.
Yeah, that's how we're gonna treat it, and so we've opened and closed, and we're good with that, correct?
Yes,
Mr. Martinez.
and we will have it for the September 11th special meeting, and it'll be within the timeline for
Okay.
the necessary approval.
Okay, thank you. Would anyone like to entertain the motion to delete items 12 and 13?
Yes, motion to delete item 12 and 13.
There's a motion and second on the table to delete items 12 and 13. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Do I have a motion to postpone items 14 and 15?
Yes,
And have
sir.
them? Yeah,
There
Ms.
is a
Ross.
motion to postpone items 14 and 15 to the regular council meeting on the 16th.
There's been a motion and a second on the table to postpone agenda items 14 and 15 and have them reposted again for the October 16th City Council regular meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. The next agenda item is agenda item number 16. This is a public hearing of an ordinance approving a preliminary and final plat with a waiver request from section 38-50, provision of easements to waive the easement requirement for the extension of Ernest Road, a waiver request from section 38-8.2, preliminary plat, plans and data, subsection C1 to waive the stormwater drainage plan requirement, and a waiver request from section 38-8.2, preliminary plat, plans and data, subsection C2 to waive the soils analysis requirements for the Avila subdivision being track 7A and track 7B, block 27, Socorro Grant, and located at 11599 Socorro Road in Socorro, Texas. It is 6:16 p.m. Public hearing is now open.
Mayor, we do have a speaker,
Okay?
Roberto Betancourt.
Mr. Betancourt, if you would like to come up to the microphone and speak on this item, you're more than welcome. Okay. No? All righty. Are there any more speakers for this item?
No more speakers, Mayor.
Okay, as there are no more speakers for the public hearing of item 16, we're going to go ahead and close it at 6:16 p.m. Agenda item number 17. This is a second reading and adoption of an ordinance approving a preliminary and final plat with a waiver request from section 38-50, provision of easements to waive the easement requirement for extension of Ernest Road, a waiver request from section 38-8.2, preliminary plat, plans and data, subsection C1 to waive the stormwater drainage plan requirement, and a waiver request from section 38-8.2, preliminary plat, plans and data, subsection C2 to waive the soils analysis requirement for the Avila subdivision being track 7A, track 7B, block 27, Socorro Grant, and located at 11599 Socorro Road, Socorro, Texas. Ms.
Do we
Quimino?
have a motion?
We need a
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Lorraine Quimitos, City Planner. Item 17 for your consideration is the Avila subdivision, preliminary and final plat and waiver request. This property, as you noted, is track 7A, 7B of block 27 of Socorro Grant. The property owner is Jose Avila. The representatives, Jose Avila and Ethel Betancourt, are in attendance to answer any questions, should you have any. The property is 4.71 acres in size, and the zoning is A1 and single-family R1. Currently, the land is a residential and agricultural in use. In summary, the request is for an approval of a preliminary and final plat with waiver requests that were read by Mayor. Staff had recommended approval of all of the waiver requests at the August 5th Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. The Planning and Zoning Commission voted for approval of the waiver request for the water drainage requirement, for the waiver for the soil analysis requirement, and and for approval of the preliminary and final plat. What they did deny was a request to be waived of the easement requirement for the extension of Ernest Road. The property is located on Socorro Road. The portion that is fronting Socorro Road is residential, and the remainder of the tract is A1 agricultural. These photographs were taken of the property. The top and bottom are from Ernest Road, and the next photograph is from Socorro Road. The aerial photograph shows the property. It's very long, fronting Socorro Road, the residential property, and actively being farmed. It is surrounded by mostly residential, different types, some vacant lots. The one adjacent to it to the north, also long. It has been divided, and there's one residential lot on Socorro Road, and similarly the long stretch that's agricultural. This is the preliminary plat. The dashed lines show the tract lines. The final plat shows the two lots that would be created via this lot split. The two lots are 1.82 acres and 2.89 acres in size. In summary, the request is for approval of a preliminary and final plat with the waivers that the Planning and Zoning recommended we approve, which were the waiver of the soils report, the stormwater, water drainage plan requirement, and with the condition that the engineering review comments be met prior to recording the final plat. With that, staff can answer any questions.
Do any members of council have any questions on this item here? Ms. Quimero, can you explain to me the extension request for Ernest Road that was denied?
Yes.
Exactly.
There is, oops, went the wrong direction. These two long parcels are in between two already developed subdivisions, and I think you can see it a little more clearly in the aerial photograph.
Okay.
So you can see where two stub outs have been left in existing subdivisions for an extension of Ernest Road.
Okay.
They were asking, the waiver was to request that they not be required to leave that easement, but the staff, Planning and Zoning recommended denial of that request. So that in the future, when the other property is
there's
going to be
connectivity there for
subdivision, there will be connectivity.
connectivity
Yes.
for future development. Okay.
Yes.
I understand. Okay. Everything else is approved.
Yeah.
Okay, good. There was a motion and second on this item. Any questions?
If I'm not mistaken, during the meeting for planning and zoning, the owner said that they were willing to leave the space, right?
Yes, and that's why they were fine with, they did not, they did agree with the planning and zoning recommendation. So they're not requesting that waiver be.
Okay, just, thank you.
Okay. There was a motion and second on the table. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. It's been approved. Congratulations. The next agenda item here is agenda item number 18. This is the discussion and action to approve an event permit and waive the fee for the annual Socorro High School Homecoming Parade to be held on September 11, 2025.
Second.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Item 18 is an event permit request for a parade for the Socorro High School homecoming. The season starting here very soon. The location start is Escondrias Elementary, and the route takes the parade up Alameda and to finish at Socorro High School. The event will take place on Thursday, September the 11th, and set to begin at 6 p.m. They are requesting the fee waiver request as well. And staff can answer any questions that you may have.
Do any members of council have any questions on this item?
No, I got a comment, not a question, and I think we always emphasize about letting the public know about the closures everywhere where we can, so everybody knows that it's gonna be closed and they're prepared to take a different route or wait a couple of hours for the parade.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's something that
We can share with.
we can start promoting the parade, and then also make sure that the residents are well aware and informed. Okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
As long as you wear your boots, Ms. Rojas.
I'll wear them all the time.
All right.
Just for you.
There was a motion and second on this item. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries.
Thank you.
All right. The next agenda item is agenda item number 19. This is a presentation and discussion regarding the tax rate calculations, revenues, and expenditures for the City of Socorro's proposed budget for fiscal year 2025, 2026.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm Victor Perez, Deputy City Manager. If we put up the presentation. This presentation will cover the 2025-2026 tax rate calculations, revenues, department updates, and expenditures for the City of Socorro proposed budget. Thank you. There are three different scenarios. The first is the no change in the tax rate of 0.666900. This tax rate will bring in approximately $12.7 million to the budget, with $1.9 million being allocated to pay off debt, leaving an estimated amount of $10.8 million for maintenance and operations. Then the next column that we see is the no new revenue tax rate, which is at 0.634377. This tax rate would bring in approximately $12.1 million to the budget, with $1.9 million allocated to pay off debt, leaving an estimated amount of $10.2 million for maintenance and operations. And then in the third column, you see the voter approval rate. And again, just a reminder, the voter approval rate is that rate which the City of Socorro does not have to go for elections or approval from the residents. At this point, it would be at a rate of 0.645233. This tax rate would bring in approximately $12.3 million to the budget, with $1.9 million being allocated to pay off debt, leaving an estimated $10.4 million for maintenance and operations. This tax rate is the one that the staff is recommending for adoption. Thank you. So as a quick recap of the department updates that were covered on August 2nd, the addition of 2 new departments, the new Intergovernmental Support Agreement, or IGSA, with Fort Bliss for custodial services, which will be impacting the budget by about $4.1 million. We are also establishing a transit department with an estimated cost of $230,000, following the transit study that was identified as having a microtransit system that is feasible and beneficial to the city. Now, as far as department adjustments, the city manager's office, there is no change to health insurance premiums, up to 3% step increases for eligible staff, and $650,000 budgeted for phase 5 of the sidewalk improvement projects. For Parks and Public Works, we are requesting to reclassify the director position to a city engineer. It is because it is a more comprehensive position to oversee the growing department. The next, it would be in the police department. The step increases continue. There's an addition of a crime analyst position. Municipal Court, we are anticipating $45,000 for facility improvements. Planning and Zoning, $50,000 for digitization. Digitization, thank you very much. I've been working on that all day and you know
It's a tough word, yeah.
Yeah. And software. Code enforcement and the code enforcement realignment. The health contract, it will see an increase of $50,000. The finance request to outsource payrolling, and so we're looking at $45,000. Grants and special projects, an addition of a coordinator at $65,000. For the city clerk, $105,000 allocated for the November 2025 elections. For IT, there are no structural changes or adjustments to support growing needs. And then as far as recreation, end of Socorro Sundays and closure of Chairo Palago Community Center on Saturdays to better align resources. Again, that conversation was had, the necessity of closing Chairo during the weekends. And so the next slide. Thank you. If we adopt the voter approval rate, the city is projected to receive $10,424,145 million for its maintenance and operations, $9,214,350 in other revenues. So the total projected revenues for the year, and this is fiscal year 25-26, would be $19,638,495. We are expecting to spend, with all the proposed changes, an amount of $22,931,752 million for the entire budget. Now, the projected reserves to meet the projected reserves required to meet the expenditures. The expenditure is $3,293,257. Again, this is the voter approval rate. So the city, and so finally, the city staff has determined this reserve usage is acceptable and sustainable for fiscal year budgeting. We reserve usage increases. The city maintains a healthy fund balance and plans to monitor closely. Again, we've been in the black with our fund balances, and we'll expect to do so.
Thank you, Mr. Perez.
Alrighty. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Does this conclude your presentation?
For this section, yes.
Okay. Do any members of council have any questions for Mr. Perez or any comments? No?
Thank you.
I appreciate the presentation, Mr. Perez. Thank you.
Thank you.
There was a motion and second.
Mayor,
I'm
it's
sorry.
just a presentation and discussion. We don't need
It's not an action
no
item.
action.
Okay, very well. Agenda item number 20. It's a discussion and action to announce the date on which the city council will take final action on the tax rate and on the municipal budget. Do I have a motion?
A second.
Good evening again, Mayor and Council. This item is to formally announce that the city will take final action on the proposed tax rate at the municipal budget and the municipal budget for fiscal year 25-26 on September 11th, 2025. This announcement is made in accordance with state law, which requires the city to provide public notice of the date when final adoption will occur. The supporting information for this action was discussed at our budget workshop held on August 2nd, 2025. At the September 11th meeting, council will have the opportunity to consider and approve the tax rate and budget following the required public process. Staff will ensure all materials remain available for review prior to that date.
Any questions or comments on this item?
Not on the particular item, other than the date. We're having special session. Is that, am I looking at this right? Is that the same day that we're doing the homecoming?
I believe so. Yes, ma'am. It is.
Yeah, no.
Mayor, may I?
Mr. Martinez?
I think it would be useful, I realize that your administration has recommended a date, but it would be useful if the motion included selecting the date.
So I mean, we can make those adjustments today on the date, but if we exceed the September 11th date, are we not,
We're running into the risk of not getting it approved on time.
so it would have to be before,
Yes, sir. As far as, for example, the charter requires, for example, the capital program to be approved on the 15th, before the 15th day. In this case, 15th day of September. And so we only would have a 4-day buffer between the 11th and the 15th.
so can we pick September 10th?
The 9th or the 10th?
That would be
The
something
9th?
that,
Or the 8th.
The difficulty with that, Mayor, is that you've already published notices for the 11th, and you're within 7 days of that date.
How do you
It's on number
publish,
19.
how do you publish notices before council's approval on the date? I'm just
Well,
curious.
we had a budget, Mayor,
Uh-huh.
that we presented, and it included all the dates.
so the calendar was approved, basically.
The calendar was approved at the budget.
Yes, sir.
I understand. Okay. So the sooner we get in here and get it approved, but just because it's on that date, it doesn't necessarily specify time.
The time could be workable.
We can move it to 5 PM.
Let me see. No, it
You
does
can't.
include it.
Aye, Ms. Navarro?
It does include a time. It's number 19. If you look at number 19.
It's at 6 PM?
6 PM.
Okay, then, look, at the end of the day, I know we want to support the high school, and I think that we can make it out of here on time to attend the parade. Let's do our duty as representatives and just show up on this date and that time that's been posted for the public so that we can get in and approve that item.
And because we have so much information, a lot of it has already been presented, your considerations may not take as much time for.
Understood. And for us to go back and change dates and all that, there's already been public notice posted already. It'd be quite difficult to make any changes.
To change the date, it's difficult.
Yeah.
What about the
The
time?
time's
of
also
it?
been posted for 6
It's been
PM.
posted.
Yeah.
Again, I would, if council, whatever date council chooses, I would make that part of it.
We can hold the council meeting on top of a float on Alameda.
As long as we televise it.
I
Yeah,
just
right?
said I was excited for the homecoming. You just burst my bubble.
No, listen, it's a quick deal here, and we'll get it going rather quickly. But the dates and times have been posted, and there's been public notice, and for us to go back and change that with ample time, we have to follow the guidelines as well and keep with that date. Is there any further discussion on the table for this item?
No.
No?
Can we
Okay.
have an amendment to the motion to include the date?
Yeah, so you'll need a formal motion to include date and time? Okay, would somebody like to entertain the motion for the date of September 11th at 6 PM for, where are we? For us to take final action on the tax rate and the municipal budget?
To change the date?
No,
Just to
it's staying the
continue,
same, but we have to formalize it, and we have to disclose here for the record, the date of September 11th and 6 PM for us to meet.
I make a motion to approve.
With the date of September 11th.
The date of September 11 and the time
At
of.
6 PM. Okay, there's been a motion on the table. There's been a second. There's a motion and second for the date to be announced in which the city council will take final action of the tax rate and the municipal budget for September 11th at 6 PM. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed or abstain? That motion carries. And moving on to agenda item number 21, this is the discussion and action to approve mayor and council members to attend the 113th Annual Conference and Exhibition from October 29th through October 31st, 2025 in Fort Worth, Texas.
Second.
Good evening again, Mayor and Council. As a member of the Texas Municipal League, the governing body is expected to stay informed on a wide range of important topics. Participation in conferences such as the annual conference and exhibition provides elected officials with opportunities to strengthen their understanding of their roles on the governing team, while also gaining valuable insight into the fundamental issues and challenges faced by other governing bodies. Staff recommends approval for the mayor and council members that would like to attend the 113th Annual Texas Municipal League Conference and Exhibition scheduled for October 29th through the 31st in Fort Worth, Texas. And
Mr.
for-
I'm sorry, Mr. Perez, do you need members of council to disclose or decide now if they're going to be attending, or?
Well, if you would look at your calendars, and then we will be following up with an email, polling the council members as to who's going, so we can go ahead and make sure that we start those arrangements.
Mr. Perez, for the purposes, when we go into lame duck, I don't know if it falls within those dates. Are these types of trainings or events excluded from lame duck, or is that only pertain to contractual agreements?
Just contracts.
Those are the contractual.
It's the latter, yeah.
Yes, sir.
These don't fall within.
Understood, okay.
These are the major purchases and commitments that the city would undertake, normally with a complete city council that's not going up for re-election, or re-election for that matter.
Okay,
And you're before the period anyway, even though the training seminar is within the period. If you approve it today, you're outside the period.
understood, okay. All right. Do any members of council want to discuss further? No?
Comments?
No comments? No. Okay. We still need to take action on this item, correct? Yeah? Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed or abstain? Okay, that motion carries. Thank you. The next agenda item is agenda item number 22. This is the discussion and action regarding petition to release the following real property from the City of Socorro's extraterritorial jurisdiction, approximately 2.689 square miles, or 1,830.4 acres, described as Vista Bonita subdivision, blocks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. Pecan Valley Estate subdivision, blocks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Grijalva subdivision, block 1. Athena West subdivision, blocks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Angels Park subdivision, blocks 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 40, 42, 43, 44, and San Elisario grant blocks 22, 23, 24, and 36.
Mayor, may I?
Sir, Mr. Martinez.
Good evening, Council. Jim Martinez, City Attorney again. I would recommend postponing this until the meeting of the 18th. You have that's the deadline to act on this petition that was received on the 14th. Arguably, the completed application was actually received on the 15th. But under the statute, you have that long to analyze it, and I'll be candid with you. Your staff's still doing work. There's over 1,000 voters involved. There's over 600 different parcels of land, and over 430 signatories to the petition. It's a lot of work. And one of the things you have to analyze is not just the number of voters. There's an alternative ground, an alternative prong, where you have to assess the value. You have to calculate the total value of the properties owned by the signatories, according to the CAD. That's literally many hundreds of properties. So we're working on it. We're pedaling as fast as we can. We'll have a firm recommendation for you by the 18th.
Mr. Martinez, just for transparency purposes, I think it's important that when these types of petitions come to the table of a municipality or local government, these are items that whether the local government approves or denies, these petitions usually go through anyways. Given that the petition is filed correctly, on time, and is well within the means and the requirements of the state. Is that correct?
I think that's absolutely correct. It's a recipe. I mean, the statute lays out a recipe. If you satisfy the recipe, it's basically automatic. And what your staff is trying to do, and we're working closely together, is because it's such a big issue, and there are so many properties, and each one has a different assessed value, that we're making double sure that we have the correct analysis of each prompt. Majority of the voters, or majority of the owners of a majority in value of the owners of the land.
Should we move forward and just approve today or tomorrow, and there are mistakes later on that get that are identified, not by us, but the state, that could that could very well prolong the process in its entirety or create more of a mess.
It could, and that's part of the reason that I recommend postponement, because we're trying to avoid that. We want to do the work up front, make sure we have it absolutely correct, and not to shirk responsibility, but one of the kind of the precarious positions we're in is we're relying on information about voters. Well, we don't keep track of registered
That's
voters.
that's not our job, and that's not the information that we have. It's
There's a
county elections. Yeah.
There's a vote administrator in El Paso County that we have to rely on. They've been very cooperative, they're very helpful, but we still have to rely on them, and we're placing a big bet on the accuracy of their information.
Right. We're dependent on other resources of information at this time.
Yes.
Okay, understood. Okay. So then, the recommendation from legal is to postpone this item to the September 18th? Okay. I'm gonna need a motion.
Would I make a motion to postpone item 22 to the September 18 council meeting?
A second.
There's been a motion and second on that item to postpone to the September 18th regular council meeting. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstain? That motion carries. Thank you. Agenda item number 23, this is the discussion and action to direct staff regarding removal of nuisances on rights-of-way along major arterials beginning with Alameda Avenue in coordination with TxDOT.
Motion to approve?
Second.
So I'm requesting a phased initiative to address nuisances and obstructions within major arterial rights-of-way on Alameda, beginning with Alameda Avenue. The effort aims to improve the appearance, safety, and overall beautification of the community by ensuring that rights-of-way remain clear of unauthorized materials. The initial pilot along Alameda Avenue will provide data on costs and logistics before expanding to other arterials. We're familiar with the area on Alameda where there's multiple junkyards and recycling centers there. If you've noticed, between Alameda and their property line, you'll see large tractor tires that they've been using for years as means of placing their banners or their advertising. There's junked vehicles at times. There's tractors. There's all kinds of machinery. I don't know if they're inoperable vehicles, but when you pass through there, it doesn't look nice. We've been trying hard to beautify the city, and I think that over the course of many years, these businesses have gotten accustomed to being cited by our department, and they're okay with just paying the fines. But in my eyes, and I think in the eyes of many, I don't think that it remedies the situation. At the end of the day, what good is it to go collect a fine when tomorrow all that junk is still there? It just doesn't make sense. So what I'd like to do is provide written notice to all of those property owners adjacent to Alameda Avenue, and we're going to inform them that they have 15 days from receipt of the notice to remove any items, debris, or nuisances located within the TxDOT right-of-way. We're going to coordinate this with TxDOT, with the Texas Department of Transportation, so that we can ensure that we are in compliance with state requirements, and we confirm the city's authority and process for removal and disposal. And following the expiration of the 15-day notice period, and in accordance with the TxDOT guidelines, we're going to authorize city staff or TxDOT staff, if required, to go remove and dispose of any remaining items or nuisances within the right-of-way. We're going to assess and report back to this table here once that's been done the estimated cost associated with carrying out this cleanup and disposal program along Alameda Avenue. It's going to require us to develop a plan to expand this program to other major arterials on Alameda. Subsequent phases based on lessons learned and cost assessments will then carry this on to Socorro Road, North Loop, and Horizon as we deem necessary. Do you guys have any questions or further discussion of this item? All right, there was a motion and second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Thank you. Agenda item number 24, this is the discussion and action to direct staff to develop and launch. If you see it, report it. This is a community reporting campaign. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Second.
So I wanted to propose this proactive public awareness effort to empower residents to report issues they encounter in their neighborhoods. The goal is to connect residents quickly to the right reporting pathway, reduce delays in service responses, and create a cleaner, safer, and more responsive community. As we've heard today in public comment, at the beginning of this meeting, we heard residents speak about the abandoned properties and just the eyesore that they are and the nuisance that they've become. I think that we've already been taking action on this through our legislative committee by being able to go in there and actually clean up these properties and put those abandoned properties of owners that we have not been able to identify and put those properties back on the market. We're working towards that. At the same time, the cleanliness of properties along the Mission Trail is an issue that we've been facing for many years as well. I'm hopeful that this campaign will help remedy that situation as well. Again, I want to design and launch a public outreach campaign called, if you see it, report it. Not only does this campaign go for our residents, it's also for city staff. If you're a police officer and you're driving down one of the roads while you're patrolling or you happen to come across something, if you see it, I need you guys to report it. Public Works as well. If you're driving back to the Public Works station to pick up your personal vehicle to drive back home and you see something on the way, make note of it. If you see it, report it. If you're the city clerk, if you're the mayor, if you're the city rep, and you see something that doesn't look right or it's a nuisance, if you see it, report it. I hope that this is something that we can change the culture of our city and not be afraid to report it. If there's a light post out, we need to let our residents know that there's a number there on the pole that they can either report themselves or they can call it in. To what number? The campaign information will provide that. Street light outages, for El Paso Electric to go out there and help us out with that as well. The potholes, I know that there's a lot of potholes that we've been addressing, and Public Works is nonstop working to fix those potholes. At the same time, I ask for our residents to be understanding that our city staff does not drive every single street through the city. It's grown so much, so we need your help identifying those issues. The illegal dumping, the overgrown vegetation, traffic signal malfunctions or graffiti is also something that we are going to address as this campaign expands. We're also going to be providing the information in Spanish as well. There will be bilingual outreach materials in both English and Spanish, and a communication toolkit including flyers, website content, social media posts, and QR codes linking to the reporting platforms. You guys have any discussion on this item here?
Got a comment.
Yes, sir, Mr. Reyes.
I know that sometimes I've came across people telling us that they reported 10 years ago and we never did anything. It's important to continue calling if you call. I'll give you an example for the light poles. I know they take months. Not too long ago, the light pole in front of my house went out and I called. And I called again the next month and they're like, no, well, you're still in line. It took them 3 months for El Paso Electric to show up and fix it. A couple of the items that are not directly to the city. And also, if you reported it 10 years ago and it's the same thing, call back again or reach out to representatives, to the mayor, so we can look and figure out what's going on or what happened. I saw an interview, they were interviewing this gentleman about a street, and the gentleman said that they had a big meeting in 2017. And I wasn't aware of it. I don't know if anybody else was aware of that big meeting, but they had that meeting and then everybody went their way and they never came back. There was no follow-up. We have different staff, different table, different council. So it takes a little bit more time for us to figure out what happened in the past.
Yeah. No, and I agree with you, and I think also that a lot of times these things get reported, but we're reliant on certain utilities that we can't touch as a city, like the El Paso Electric poles. We can't go up there, and I'm sure that if we had the tools and the legal authority to go up there and climb up there and change a bulb, we do it ourselves, but we can't touch certain things that don't belong to us, right?
But I will add that, for the most part, when the residents in my district have reached out to me for light bulbs and stuff like that, I report it immediately, and it gets done really quick. So if it's not a light bulb issue, like Mr. Reyes mentioned, that it has to be ordered in its time, it takes time for it to arrive, they pretty much jump in it and get it done quickly. And, you know, we're looking at a new table here, we're looking at a new set. 2017, I was not even part of any of this at all. And so, you know, we have to, I hope our residents understand and join us and accompany us on this new endeavor in creating and beautifying our city and, you know, coming together so we can all work together towards it.
No, you both said it. We need the support and help of our community. I can send staff to go out there, drive at night and make note of every single light that's out. But you know what? If I have 40,000 residents out there who can help identify those, it makes these tickets go by quicker, and we're able to report it faster, and we're able to get that light fixed at such a more rapid rate. But this is eventually what we're going to create, and we're going to change the culture here, and this is going to be the first step in doing that. Is there any further discussion on this item? No? All right, there was a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstain? That motion carries. Thank you. Do we have any items for discussion, 25, 26, or 27?
No, sir.
No? Would anyone like
Motion to delete items 25, 26, and 27.
And second?
There's been a motion to delete items 25, 26, 27, and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstain? That motion carries.
Motion to adjourn.
And second?
There's been a motion and second to adjourn this meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
This meeting ends at 6:56 p.m. Thank you.